أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Then, as the text obviously shows, the degree of fear and hope should be equal. Some ulama have said that it is appropriate to keep fear dominant during life with health, so that there be no shortcoming in being obedient. And when comes the time to die, it is better to let hope dominate, because the strength to do what should have been done is not there anymore, and there is nothing left to do except hope for the mercy of Allah Ta'ala. Al-Bahr al-Muhit, and some researchers among scholars have said that the purpose is to hold on to the straight path of religion and be constant in obedience to Allah Ta'ala. Then some temperaments and tastes of human beings differ. Some achieve this station of fortitude and constancy in obedience by keeping fear as the dominant factor. Others achieve these by keeping love and hope as dominating factors. So whoever finds help to achieve this purpose through either of these two options should try to achieve it through that option. To summarize the comments made about dua, it can be said that the first verse tells us about two rules of etiquette relating to dua, that it be with humility and submission, and two, that it be secret and low-voiced. These two qualities belong to the outward human physique, because Tadarru suggests that one should, while making dua, assume the looks and manners of someone weak, helpless, and needy, and should never allow it to be proud, arrogant, or seemingly need-free. Then that it be secret also relates to one's speech through the mouth and tongue. As for the spiritual etiquette of dua as given in this verse, there are two rules to be followed. These relate to the human heart. They require that the person making the dua should feel the danger in his heart that his dua may perhaps remain unanswered, while at the same time he should also hope that his dua may be answered, because becoming careless about one's errors and sins is contrary to iman, faith, and losing hope in the infinite mercy of Allah Ta'ala is kufr, disbelief. Both are impermissible extremes. The hope is that a prayer will be answered can be entertained only when one keeps in between the two states of fear and hope. Then at the end of the verse it was said, surely the mercy of Allah is close to the good in deeds. The hint given here is that though there should be the two states of fear and hope present while making a dua, but out of the two states the option of hope is the weightier option, because the prayer is being made to the Lord of all the worlds, in the extent of whose mercy cannot be conceived, and in whose generosity and favor there is no shortage or reluctance. He can answer the dua of the worst of offenders, even the dua of the shaitan himself. Of course, should there be a danger of dua remaining unanswered, that could only be possible on account of one's own misdeeds or due to the hanging curse of sins, because being good in deeds is necessary to become close to the mercy of Allah Ta'ala. Therefore, Rasulullah ﷺ has said that some people travel long distances, look like faqirs, and raise their hands for dua before Allah Ta'ala, but haram is their food, and haram is their drink, and haram is their dress. So how can a dua made by such a person be answered? Muslim Tirmidhi from Sayyidina Abi Hurairah. According to another hadith, Rasulullah ﷺ said, the prayer of a servant of Allah keeps finding acceptance until such time that he does not pray for some sin or for the severance of some relationship, and that he does not make haste. The noble companion asked about the meaning of making haste. He said, it means that one may think, here I am making a dua for all this time, and it has not been answered yet, until he becomes disappointed and stops making dua. Muslim Tirmidhi. According to yet another hadith, Rasulullah ﷺ said, whenever you make dua before Allah Ta'ala, do it in a state where you have no doubt about its being answered. It means that one should keep his or her sight on the most extensive mercy of Allah Ta'ala, and let the heart believe that the prayer being made shall be answered. That is not contrary to the danger one may feel that his or her sins may become an impediment in the acceptance of one's dua.